officially spring, and I am so excited to finally be able to get back out into my garden and to have some of these wonderful spring fruits and vegetables to cook with. Asparagus and strawberries are coming into the market right now, and you can make some wonderful things. So I thought it would be fun to make a dinner for four featuring a cream of asparagus soup, some roasted spring vegetables, thick cut pork chops that are roasted, and for dessert, a yummy strawberry syrup that can go over top of vanilla ice cream. So let's get started. So we're actually going to start with dessert first because we're going to make this strawberry sauce that's going to cook, but I want it to be down to room temperature before I put it over the ice cream. So I'm going to make the strawberry sauce first. This is 1 pound of strawberries that I've sliced thickly, and I'm going to put them into the pan with 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Then I want to do a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, but I'm going to need some lemon juice for some of our other recipes. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze a half a lemon. So I'm going to take a tablespoon of the lemon juice, and then I'm just going to give that a quick stir. So now I'm just going to let this cook for 20 to 25 minutes until it's kind of a nice thick sauce. And once it's finished cooking, we'll take it off the stove and put it aside and let it cool down to room temperature. So this soup is a delicious cream of asparagus soup. Asparagus is fresh right now. You can see it in all different shapes and thicknesses in the grocery store. So I thought it would be fun to make this really nice fresh soup. I'm going to start by melting 2 tablespoons of butter in my Dutch oven. I'm going to cut the asparagus into 1/2-inch pieces. Now I'm going to add the onion. The butter has melted, and we're going to cook that onion. It'll take about 5 minutes for it to soften up. So our onion is softened, and now it's time to add this asparagus. And we're just going to cook this for about 5 minutes to kind of get a little bit of a saute on it. I'm going to season it with some salt, and this is some freshly ground pepper. And then I'm going to add about 6 cups of chicken broth. If you have your own homemade, that's great. This is just Trader Joe's chicken broth. Okay, so we're going to give this just a quick stir, and then I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to simmer it for about 20 to 25 minutes until that asparagus is really tender. So this is a spring roasted vegetable platter. I've already cut up some mushrooms and some Brussels sprouts. These are the new spring colorful carrots, and I have a red onion. So the onion's the last thing to cut up. We're going to add the mushrooms and Brussels sprouts and the carrots. And then I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil over this, and then some salt and some pepper. Kind of mix that together so everything has some salt and pepper and oil on it. Now I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. So I have put my cast iron skillet on the stove to get it screaming hot. These are thick cut pork chops. You want your pork chops cut somewhere between 1.5 inches and 2 inches, but we're just going to drizzle some olive oil, and I'm just going to brush that onto my pork chops. And then I'm going to season them very liberally with salt and pepper. Then I'm going to turn them over and do exactly the same thing. I'm going to cook this meat for 2 minutes on each side. I'm going to turn them over. And then I am going to put it into the oven for about 15 minutes. My soup's been cooking for about 25 minutes. I'm going to take the lid off, and I'm just going to ladle some soup into the blender and do it in batches. I've pureed all of that yummy soup, And now I'm going to pour it back into the pot. I'm going to put that last tablespoon of butter in. Then we're going to put in half a cup of heavy cream. Finish it off with a little bit more salt and some freshly ground pepper. Give that a stir. So I'm just going to put the lid back on and we'll save that until we're ready for supper. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make these fun rustic bread toasts. I'm just going to put some olive oil on here. Handy dandy little brush. And then I'm just going to put some goat cheese on here. I'm going to set these breads right on top. So we're going to leave those toasts in for about 8 minutes. So the last thing I'm going to do to finish up our spring roasted vegetable salad is I'm going to make a little bit of dressing for our baby kale. This is a 5-ounce package of baby kale, and I'm just going to put about a tablespoon or so of olive oil on it, and then I'm just going to squeeze the juice of this lemon on top. Mix that. Then I'm just going to take these roasted vegetables and add them to our baby kale. And we'll have those cheese toasts on the side. Our strawberry sauce is cooled down, and now I'm going to put it into this pretty cut glass bowl to serve it with dessert. So here's our dinner. This features all these wonderful spring vegetables and wonderful fresh flavors that we're just so anxious to get now that everything is starting to come up out of the ground and spring is here. Wonderful dinner and easy to make. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can click the red button below and you can get some updates, more recipes, and follow me on YouTube. Thanks.